In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to use Interlocks in iTRi-LOGI to program subroutines. So here's a demonstration. I have two subroutines that are triggered, that are called by trigger 1 and trigger 2. The first subroutine causes lamps 1, 2, 3, and 4 to cycle. And the second routine causes lamps 5, 6, 7, and 8 to cycle. So if I trigger on, if I click on trigger 1, note that lamps 1, 2, 3, and 4 will cycle. That's through a sequencer. Right? Sequencer 1 is running. If I click that off, it stops, it halts the sequencer, and there are no outputs. If I now click on trigger 2, I now start sequencer 2, and you can see sequencer 2 is active, is cycling, right? And the output lamps connected to that sequencer is cycling. All right. Now let's look and see how this is done in program. You have the trigger 1 starts an interlock, so you have to program an interlock, and everything within the interlock until you reach down to the interlock off will be executed once you've called, you have, in this case, you have energized the trigger input. If the trigger input is off, the programming inside the interlock does not operate. Okay? And similarly, for trigger 2, if trigger 2 is energized, it signals the start of the interlock, and anything in the interlock, so you see the clock that runs the sequencer, sequence output 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4 would be executed, and then you must have an interlock off. Note that there's no requirement for an input, right? You just have a dummy rung here, a rung before the input, and it goes straight to the to the interlock off. All right. So again, let's see how it works. Right? None of the interlocks are triggered. But if I hit trigger 1, keep it on. Sequencer 1, because trigger 1 is connected to sequencer 1. Sequencer 1 runs. Watch it 3, 4, back to 0. And because the outputs of sequencer 1, 2, 3, and 4 are connected to the lamps 1, 2, 3, and 4, you see the lamp cycling. If I stop that trigger, the sequencer pauses and there's no output. If I now trigger 2, I now energize sequencer 2, and on sequencer 2 we have lamps 5, 6, 7, and 8 are connected, so those lamps will also cycle. All right. So that's the end of this demonstration. In the next video, I will show you exactly how to program the interlocks. I shall now demonstrate how to program interlocks. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to save time, I'm going to delete the interlock that I have here and put it back to show you how it is done. All right, so space bar, okay, and then delete. I have to hit delete, so it's gone. So for trigger 1, I want to call on the interlock. So you simply go up to function and look for interlock begin, right? And click on interlock begin, and there you have it in. Simple as that, interlock begin. All right, then I write my program, and then I come down to interlock off, right? I'm going to delete it again. All right, and I just go for, I don't have to put any input. I just go for interlock n, interlock n, right? Interlock n, and it says interlock IL off. All right, so as simple as that. Right, so I'll show it one more time. The trigger 2, I can remove my interlock, delete it, I can put it back in. I go function, I go for interlock begin, and enter, and it says here interlock, and then of course I write my program, and at the end I can, all right, I start a run. I don't need to put any input in, and I go for my function interlock n, enter, and there you go. All right, you can test our program now. Simulate, run, all. Okay, so I trigger 1. My sequencer 1 is running. Okay, and the outputs connected to that sequence, those sequencer outputs. You can see here, sequencer 1, 1. I have lamp 1, sequencer 1, 2, lamp 2, sequencer 1, 3, lamp 3, sequencer 1, 4, lamp 4. Then I have interlock off. So if I go off now, the sequencer does not run, and the lamps 1, 2, 3, 1 to 4 does not light. However, if I trigger 2, okay, sequencer 2 now operates, and you can see the lamps for sequencer 2. Lamp 5, lamp 6, lamp 7, lamp 8, right? All because lamp 5 is tied to sequencer 2, 1, lamp 6 is tied to sequencer 2, 2, lamp 7, 2, 3, and lamp 4 to lamp 8 to sequencer 2, 4. And that will only run once the sequencer is active. If I take it off, it does not run. All right, so that's the end of the demonstration.